Hey, coming up right now. All right, this might be a little bit of a reach. A restaurant has set an age restriction for all customers, and we're not just talking about toddlers. We'll tell you about that coming up.
Also coming up, why some experts are sounding the alarm about alcohol on long flights.
A little bit later on, Bravo-holics. The wait is almost over. Bravo has revealed the cast for the revamped Real Housewives of New York City.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hey everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English. Man, thank you. Listen, you look great today for a Friday. I'm telling you, you look really good. I am Mitch English. Thank you so much here. You know who looks great is old Matt Doolittle. Matt, how are you, buddy? What's new, man?
Guys, I officially feel like I'm an adult. I went to my first dinner party with a bunch of adults. Where we sat there and had different dishes and talked about the world and drank fancy wine. Like, it was my first adult dinner party.
Oh, man.
It's awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Horrible.
I miss the old days of the kegger out in the back and just lighting stuff on fire. Yeah.
Right.
It was all
now
dressed
Matt's
up.
wearing like these jackets. It's nice to see Matt at work because like he dresses really nice. But like outside of work, it's t-shirts and high
It's
tops.
t-shirts with cats with America flags on.
Look, I saw the t-shirt coming in. It's spectacular.
It had this hat on with a raccoon on it.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, there was 3 cats on
It's
the
3
t-shirt?
cats. It's America. I mean, it's America.
It's a 4th of July
It's the summer.
cat
4th of July
t-shirt.
time.
I love
Well,
it.
welcome to adulthood,
Yes.
Maddie.
I don't want to.
I don't wanna.
So speaking of adults, some lady has been making headlines because she says, loud and proud, she refuses to return her car.
Okay. I know you're talking about.
Yes. Now,
Give me my wallet.
I have an issue with this.
Thank
We've
you.
talked about this before. I swear, I'll go to one of the big box stores. I park there, right near the cart return, and somebody's left a shopping cart right there, and they just banked it on the grassy median there. She claims she doesn't return them because she's got a car full of kids and she's loaded groceries and she's worried somebody might kidnap her kids.
All right, and and this woman, by the way, is a therapist. She's a doctor, or I don't know if she's a doctor, but she gives advice to other people. Right, is what I'm saying. And she goes, "I don't care what you think. I don't care." So here's the problem, and I'm on the same boat with you. I'm all about.
Yes.
I don't care if it's across the other. I will take the cart back.
Yes.
I think first off, character is what you do when no one's watching. Right?
100%.
That says everything about this woman. It also says she's made up her mind no matter what. She's not going to do it. So even when she goes there, she's not looking to get really close to the
Okay,
car.
that's not
she
good.
Just says, I don't care.
That's not good. I'm situational. At my Publix downtown,
Yes.
there is not a cart return.
Publix is a grocery store, by the way.
Yeah, it's a grocery store, sorry. It's 100 degrees outside, and I'm at the end of the line, and there's no cart return.
Okay.
I'm leaving it.
Yeah.
I'm not walking it all the way back.
I wouldn't say I would still
That's
do it.
you.
I would,
But if
yeah.
there's a cart return, I'm happy to return
Here's the thing,
it.
Maddie. Because at this particular grocery store you're talking about, they will take the carts out. They'll ask you, hey, would you like somebody to take it?
service
Man, burly guy,
Yeah.
whatever, 3 or 4 kids.
Yeah.
And it said they wear badges that says please no tipping as well.
Yes.
So it's part of that. So I get that. But and I'm sorry to just
No,
when I heard this
I
thing.
know.
So what you're also doing is teaching your kids it's not
Yes.
cool. It's not, don't do that, don't do that. And it's like, you know what? We all have a social contract that we're doing because you don't want to do that. Now I got to pay more for my groceries because they'll wind up getting stolen, broke, whatever. We need to talk about this more.
As a former cart boy, though, I liked when they were out there because I got more time out of the store dealing with all the people so I could go roam around and get the carts.
Well, that's on your time. If I pull into a parking lot and there
That's
is
another
only
thing.
1 space available and I think fantastic and I get ready to turn in and there's a shopping cart right there that somebody left in a parking space, that irritates the heck out of me.
There's so many things that this woman, she just said she's not going to do. And again, I know we're taking a lot of time on this,
No.
but there is some preparation. Let's what do they call it? Put a pin in this?
Yes.
Because I want to talk. You have no idea how enraged I was
I
when I
know.
heard about this.
I hear you, bud.
So there we go. We'd love, by the way, we'd love to hear your comments
Yes.
now on this. Taking the carts back with kids, good or bad. Share it with us so then when we do have this discussion again, we'll share it with everybody else. We've got to jump into the show. You have just you hit
lit
a
a
pop
fire.
button. Oh man, because that is a big deal for me.
Yes, me
we go
too.
now to the Show Me State where they're showing age restriction at some restaurants, and it's actually divided the internet. not taking the, we're not talking about like taking the 10 and under crowd as far as age traditions go. Bliss Restaurant, it's in St. Louis. They have a minimum age for those who want to enjoy their upscale Caribbean food, which, by the way, when I think of Caribbean food, I think of St. Louis. The minimum age for ladies is 30. It's 35 if you're a male. And according to their Facebook post, the restaurant created the policy to help maintain a level of sophistication, uphold certain standards, and support their unique ambiance. Bliss is so committed to the rule that if a customer is suspected looking younger than 30, they have to have their hostess or maybe even a St. Louis County police officer check their ID. The restaurant actually plans to start to-go orders soon for those who don't meet their age requirements. They're allowed to do whatever they want.
Yes. I did a little digging, and their reasoning for this is because they're tired of the social media crowd, the 20-somethings coming in, not enjoying their meal, constantly taking pictures, constantly doing videos. And their whole point is come in, enjoy our restaurant, and enjoy our food. Now, the reason behind the women being younger than the men with regard to the age restriction, is that they feel like women are more mature.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Have you been with Matt and I?
No argument here. Okay.
Yeah, we're with you on that.
All right.
It also does something, I believe it's under the Apple, I was reading about if you make something that is harder to get, people want it more.
Yes.
So it's kind of like it gives them
true.
There's an elite status here. When I turn 30, I'm going to go to get me some Caribbean food at Bliss. Hey, let them do it. More power to them. Obviously, we're talking about places that are having a hard time getting people to come.
Yeah.
So this actually, if this doesn't hurt them, God bless them. I think it's great. I think it's fine.
I do too. Researchers are calling for limits when it comes to serving in-flight beer, wine, and cocktails after finding a possible connection to long flights and healthcare. The combination of alcohol consumption and cabin pressure at cruising altitudes can have a negative effect on passengers who happen to doze off mid-flight. The study found the combination can lower the amount of oxygen in the blood and raise the heart rate for an extended period of time. This, in turn, could potentially escalate the risk of health complications and medical emergencies during flights. Research results also indicated that even in young and healthy individuals, the combination of alcohol intake with sleeping conditions at a high altitude could strain the cardiac system.
All right, and it also, they're having huge problems with people not behaving in mid-flight as well.
Yes.
I mean, so that kind of goes along with it, and that's all we need is just a medical reason to stop doing stuff, right?
Do you want to fly anymore? I do not.
You know, I literally this morning I had dropped off my wife at the airport, and we were talking about that. It's just how travel has changed so much. And she's like, I used to do layovers because then I'd get more points, and I don't care, and it take me. And now it's like I just want to get there and don't. And sometimes we don't want to. We don't have to anymore.
I will tell you though, in Greece, the flight club. It was Flight Club or whatever it was.
You don't talk about the Flight Club.
You don't talk about the Flight Club. They had a self-serve bar. On ahead of a 12-hour flight that I had home. So let me tell you, the pours were a little heavy. That was very dangerous. My wife's like, calm down a little bit.
Now I know our conversation. Why? Okay.
Interesting. I'm always concerned about the people who say, I hate to fly, so what I do is I have a couple cocktails and an Ambien. I'm like, are those the people that end up like mid-flight waking up in zombie mode and freaking out?
You know, and then that's coupled with jet lag too. If you think about that, you're waking up and then your time that wherever you're at has to screw something up.
Exactly.
So I'm certain there's something to this, especially we weren't supposed to be that high up in the air in the first place, right? So think about that.
Jenna Lyons was the most recognized name from the rebooted cast for season 14 of The Real Housewives of New York City. However, by the end of the season, it seemed that we didn't get to know much about the former president and creative director at J.Crew. Many fans of the show figured that Jenna wouldn't return for a second season. Some said they didn't think she deserved another shot. A few months ago, it was confirmed that she reclaimed her apple for season 15, and no one was more surprised than host Andy Cohen. Andy recently confessed that he never anticipated Jenna coming back to the show. Andy also teased a really good upcoming season with Jenna on board. Jenna maintained more privacy regarding her personal life than her co-star. She's now maybe engaged, so she keeps quiet about her relationships off the show. We'll see how this all plays out.
I had not seen this too much, or her at least, but she seems a little bit more where there's not going to be a whole lot of drama around her, you know? I mean, this is a woman that's actually done some, run a company, a very successful company. So it's interesting to see that sort of thing and how really the whole franchise is based off people that are dysfunctional somewhat. He even said it. They can't even do reunions because they're not even getting along as far as the New Jersey goes. But I haven't watched her on there, so it'd be interesting to see about that.
And I get good TV. You want people who are kind of controversial because it keeps you glued. But at some point, you look at these people and their bad behavior is rewarded. And I think that's also another issue. It's like you look at these people and they're awful.
Then
a lot of them are awful. I shouldn't say all of them, but some of them are just really.
They start traveling across the country in airplanes, and they're taking Ambiens and alcohol, and then
flipping tables, throwing wine, cats through the air.
We've got some entertainment coming up. SOS, stick around for that. I'm going to be talking to the girl band right here on Daily Flash. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. If you're in love with music, we got a new band that's ready to give you the secret of sound.
Whenever you're down, just know you're not alone. Send out an SOS, SOS, SOS. We'll be there to keep you safe when it all gets too much. Know that you deserve the best in the world, nothing less. We'll take care of your heart till you learn to love yourself. Send out an SOS.
That is the ladies of SOS, and they're joining us here on set. Thank you all so much for joining us. Introduce yourself so everybody knows who everybody is.
I'm Kayla Rose.
I'm Aya.
I'm Ellie.
And I'm Z.
And you are SOS. And tell everybody out there, really, how was Secrets of Sound actually formed?
So we all have our own sort of connections with one another. That's my sister, my younger sister Aya, and I've been mentoring Kayla for many years. And Kayla and Z have known each other for years as well. So it's really just a beautiful harmony how we all came together.
Was music like a big thing in your family? I mean, or was it something that, as girls get together, they just kind of, they always sing, I would assume.
Yes, I think that's what unites us actually, is that we all have had a very heavy influence of music in our households.
That's great. And dancing too. I saw the dance, which by the way, y'all didn't see, but like start the music, we're all like up here just doing this stuff and all that. And you can't with not do it, but when you hear great music, right? So let's talk about each talent. Maybe break down your talent. This is where you get to brag about yourself a little bit. Maybe what would you say do you bring to the band? We'll start with you.
I think that I bring a lot musically when it comes to helping out with harmonies. I was in a show choir for a little while, and so I have a lot of experience making harmonies and working with a group and finding blend and things like that, as well as some songwriting aspects.
Aya, what about yourself?
Well, I've been dancing since I've been like 2 years old, so I definitely help with the choreography, and I just started social media, so I also help with the social media.
So for the whole group, right?
Yes.
So that's a hard thing to stay on top of,
It
right?
is. I mean, even their personal accounts, I try to help them so we can grow together.
Yeah, all right. Ellie, what would you say is what you bring towards the band, or to the band?
I think as similar with Kayla, a lot of vocal background, harmony builds, and song structures, songwriting's been like a massive part of my life. I've also been in many groups before, so having that sort of like prior knowledge is great, and having a mentorship program is also great too, because it kind of helps how we communicate and work together, as well as like dance backgrounds.
I always think too when you're mentoring somebody, it gives you accountability to do better, and it kind of like makes you right, yeah, 100%. It makes you a better person because you're doing
1000%.
it, right?
I've never been more inspired in my life.
I love that. All right, Z, what about yourself?
Definitely more like helping with the choreography and the dance aspect, kind of like I minus the social media. She's great at that. But I'm on a Latin dance team, and we travel, and I've been doing that for 7-ish years, and I'm also on a hip hop crew. So I think I bring some different flavors to our choreography.
Okay, so what's it like? I mean, obviously it's kind of a loaded question because, music today is delivered and you get discovered really much different than it was 5-10 years, even when I was your age. Right. But what would you say right now, like breaking into the new scene, is like, what is something that, that you really have to stay on top of in order to continue your success?
I mean, social media for sure.
All of it, really?
Is such a big role in the industry and in our lives. We've never lived in a world without social media.
Right.
That's how we discover new music as well for ourselves and who we're inspired by. So I feel like that's such a heavy hand in music now.
And being able to really utilize that and take trends and individualize, make them our own, making our own trends, having that creativity is really what helps sets us apart.
I love that. And do you guys actually have sit-down meetings and like, even with no music involved, just, all right, this is what we got Yes.
Yes.
We gotta do
Once
this.
a week we sit and we brainstorm.
Good.
Yeah.
Good correlation of like trying to figure out what is actually working, maybe
Right.
not working. Good,
Right.
keep that up. Okay, I know it works.
it.
That's why I say that. Breaking down your album, a little blend of what pop, R&B. Describe it. Who can best describe?
Like a bit of like 90s Dua Lipa with just like a touch of Ariana Grande.
Okay. And you're finding yourselves when you're on stage, great reception from that. I mean, what is something that you really feel that you get when you did a great show and you're walking off? Is it one of those like, man, I wish I would have done this better, or man, this just was fun? I mean, where are you at with that? Because I would imagine fun and work.
I couldn't agree more. I think we all come from a theatrical background, which is really fun for us. So live performing is our first love. So I think each one of us, when we come off stage, we're just so hyped and so excited to have
We're
done.
usually laughing at things that went wrong, little things that only we know.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you decide, all right, listen, all four of us, we have talents, we can get together. I mean, whose idea was just like, let's make something out of this? How did that come about?
So I came up to Ellie, because again, I was working with her, she was helping me as a soloist, writing music, and I said, I want to be in a group. She said, why? I was like, and I really convinced her, I worked really hard, she was super down for it. We called in Z. At the time, Ellie was our creative director and really worked on the managerial part of the process, and then eventually she hopped in and we had Aya, and this was the four. We are the four that's always really been together and stuck it through no matter how difficult the journey got.
All right, and your debut single, SOS, already receiving a great response. Who can best describe where the inspiration was that came behind that?
I think SOS is about sending out a message, finding the people that are right for you. I know in my girl group, these are the girls that are right for me. These are the girls that are gonna have my back. They're gonna be my bridesmaids, my best maids. They are my girls. And it's important to find those people for you. So if you don't have those people, we can be that for you. If you send out an SOS, we will be here to support you.
Loving that. It's all about looking out for other people so you can look out for yourself. And you guys look like you had fun, by the way, on making that video.
It was so much fun. We did.
I mean, that
We
had to
always
be fun.
do.
All right, quick. We're going to go through here. First person, just say who you think as a group. I'm going to give you a description. You tell me who it is, all right? Who is the worst driver of everybody?
Probably Aya, only because she doesn't know how to drive yet.
That's not fair. That's not fair at all.
I've seen her at bumper cars.
Watch me be the best driver.
Okay, that's
Watch me be the best driver.
All right, who eats the most?
Z.
Z, all right. Well, dancing, doing a lot of that, doing the snacky.
active.
All right, and then finally, who belches the most? Because I know girls belch. After you're eating a lot and then just getting it. All right, so I think we already know the answer. Nobody gonna say anything. You can harp on older sis if you
comment
want.
on that,
All right, ladies, thank you so much. I knew none of you would get the answer. But if you find out more info on SOS, check out their Instagram page, Secrets of Sack. Hey kids, welcome back to Daily Flash. I am Matt Doolittle, and welcome to Doing It This Week. Kids, you know I'm a bit of a theme park buff. I watch the vlogs, I read up on the stories, and most of all, I go to them. A lot. Probably too much. But hey, I pay for the pass, so might as well get my money's worth. Well, one theme park in California is cutting down on the one thing I hate the most about the theme parks. No, it's not the price. No, it's not waiting or even having to pay to park. It's the line skippers. Now, Knott's Berry Farm in California is taking care of that. Yes, the theme park was made famous because of its fried chicken, is allowing fellow theme park goers to tattle on other folks cutting the line. There are now signs placed throughout the park warning guests that line jumping or holding spots is not permitted. They're asking folks to text the Knott's Berry Farm security about any offenders. I am for this 100%. Have you ever been in line for the Rise of Resistance at Disney for 2.5 hours, only to have some guy and his kids come by without that disdain of waiting in line all day look and say, sorry, hey, can I catch up with my family? Sorry. He's got the kid, he looks legit, so you let him go, only to have him go all the way past you where you can't see him anymore. Then when you get off the ride, you see him, the kid already relaxing with a Ronto wrap, no other family members, and a smug look of, I played you, ha ha, you stupid nerf herder. This is a true story, it happened, and I almost got in a fist fight over it. I shot him my own version of a lightsaber. Anyway, my point is this, yes, I will tattle on you if you skip any of the lines. I am all for Knott's Berry Farm, so I give you this. And please, do it to all of those line cutters. Yeah. Good stuff there, Matt, right?
All right, Fabian Marcano from Daily Flash Latino joins us now for our relationship refresh.
Hey,
yeah,
what's
exactly.
happening, Fabian?
I'm happy to be here, guys. We always have to stay refreshed in relationships.
Yes.
Absolutely, 100%.
So
Yes.
how about we stay on topic? There's top three dating trends that we're doing in 2024 that have never been seen before. This
Okay.
is all brand new. At number 3, we have kitten fishing. Have you guys ever heard of it?
Yes.
It's a funny version of catfishing. Kitten fishing involves embellishing one's profile to appear more appealing on dating platforms. Pretty much just make yourself look a little bit. Right?
Also known as a Tuesday on any other day.
Right,
That's
exactly.
right. That's right.
I don't see anything new about that. Just a name, right?
The thing is, it seems harmless, but kitten fishing, it actually raises a lot of questions. Because when you're not authentic and when you don't
Good
seem
point.
yourself, it seems a little untrustworthy is what I would call it.
No, you're right. When you say, especially with pictures too, so when you show up and you can't even identify who the person you were
That's-
with.
When you're 90 and you're showing a picture of you 45 years ago, that's an issue. Yeah.
And AI has actually made it even worse nowadays
Didn't
with
think about that.
people inventing new stuff with faces. I don't even want to get into that.
Yeah.
Kitten fishing's a pretty bad one, but that's not that bad. At number 2, we have the famous one, ghosting. You guys have heard of ghosting,
Yes.
I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
It refers to abruptly ending communication without any explanation at all. Have you guys ever ghosted anybody?
Yes, I have, and I have been on the other side of ghosting as well.
Yeah, I think me too. I'll second that. It's a weird situation.
Yeah.
Not so much maybe ghosting somebody, but saying, hey, this isn't working for me, and then them constantly trying to get back in the picture, and then you just decide, you know
You
what?
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to jump on that, it's like they give you the answer. It's just like you feel like, well, you don't want that answer, and
want
so
an
you keep on getting more, and then it drives the other person to go, look,
Yeah.
you are really not what I want because
Right.
you're not listening to what I have to say.
It's no clear communication is basically what I get at. I
Yeah.
mean, there are way more respectful ways to end a relationship
Yes.
or stop talking to somebody, I guess, right?
I've always loved that phrase, rejection is protection. So if somebody ends up ghosting you, wasn't meant to be, thank your lucky stars.
That's right. That's a new one for
You
me.
like
You
that
learn
one?
something
I think
every
birth
day.
control should use that as their slogan.
Oh my God. Well, that is the famous ghosting. I mean, you do kind of just lose track of your communication with some
Yes.
people, I guess. And it's not that respectful, but that's all right. It leads us to our number 1 dating trend of 2024. It's called breadcrumbing.
Okay, explain this.
Okay, yeah.
Breadcrumbing is new to me also. I'm young and I don't even know what the heck's going on with this. It involves some, I guess, sending non-committal messages to someone who's interested without intending to pursue a relationship.
Yeah.
Leading them on, really.
Exactly. You're
Yeah.
leading them on.
Yes, yeah.
So you guys know about this. How do you guys know
Yes.
about this and I don't know?
Well, I didn't know there was
There's
a
a
term
name for
for
it.
it. Yeah, but I've there's been certain levels of experience with that where you're not sure what's going on with the other person. It's like, are you interested in dating,
Yeah.
or are you just sort of throwing it out there? I'm confused.
I think when that movie Baby Reindeer, did you see that? Oh, okay. Remember when he winds up hooking up with her?
Yes.
That's a
Yes.
huge breadcrumb, but
Yeah.
it made her think like, well, this guy
you're
is interested
interested.
in
Yeah.
me, and it wasn't. And it's a psychological warfare if you really think about it,
Yeah.
because you're only thinking about yourself, and it can hurt that other person even more.
Absolutely, Mitch. And I also think that in real life, when you do that and you're not doing it for a Netflix series, it feels a lot worse. I'm telling you, it feels a lot worse.
Yeah, so only do it for Netflix series, right? That's
Keep
what you
it,
say,
keep it in the
Fabian.
movies,
you can
guys.
make $1 million idea out of it. Good for you.
Fabian, always love having you on. Good
Yes,
stuff
great to
here.
see you.
Of course, by the way, you can check out Fabian on his show. It's Daily Flash Latino. All you have to do is head to dailyflashlatino.com to check your local listings and times. And of course, if you have any ideas for our relationship refresh, Fabian, I'm sure, would be happy to hear them. So you can go there and drop him an email. Stick around. More Flash coming up after this.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
All right, I'm going to start this off. Hopefully, I'm just going to let you. You might not want to listen, but basically, this guy, he's 63 years old, and he had surgery, right? And got out of surgery. He and his wife, they go to a diner in Florida. And have you ever coughed and sneezed at the same time, or maybe done two bodily functions at the exact same time?
Yeah. Okay.
It hurts.
It hurts.
It'll hurt.
Okay.
Well, it hurt this guy so much, he sneezed and coughed at the same time,
No, I know where you're going.
and he blew out his colon. Right there. and this is not a joke or anything. He says he was sitting there, and he said he felt a wet sensation, which that makes sense.
Oh my!
Followed by a sharp pain, and he goes and looks. His intestines were outside of his body.
Oh, good Lord.
Stop! This sounds like a horror movie.
Right? And then, so they called the ambulance. Ambulance came, took him back in there. They were able to get all his intestines back where they were supposed to go. In the hospital for 6 days.
What do you do when you show up and you go, I don't know what to do here? Put some duct tape on it?
What do you do? Can I get
Spit
a
on it?
napkin?
I don't know.
Your wage? But anyway, so he's doing fine, which is the good news. As I said, 6 days in the hospital. He says he felt great. So if you ever, I always wanted to know, like, I'm sure I have in my life, sneezed and coughed at the same time, but you imagine that amount of pressure right after having some kind of surgery.
Well, Johnny Knoxville sneezed and blew out his eye once.
You know,
his eye
really?
popped out. Yeah, after that Action Park movie he did.
I tell you, one of my good friends, he was, I guess, partied too much, and he was messed up his eyeball like that.
Broke his orbital bone.
That's what it was,
Yeah.
and it was like red. He looked like he was the spawn of Satan for the longest time. It was awesome, actually. Anyway, so be careful there. Either choose one or the other. All right.
Yeah, cough or sneeze.
Cough
not
or
both
sneeze.
at
The
the
guy's
same time.
doing great. I wonder though if he got the meal for free.
I was gonna say, who paid the check? Like, what do you? Is that an awkward conversation?
Yeah.
We need the check, please.
Check, please.
Or
Check,
you
please.
just sort of hope that they call it a day.
I won't have what he had.
Thank you, Meg Ryan.
It was full of fiber, apparently. Is that right? What do you think about that? All right, this weekend is Father's Day weekend, and Ebates, a site that actually offers coupons and cash back from retailers, released a survey revealing what dads do not want for Father's Day.
This is
Here we go.
good.
92% of them said that they would rather be given anything but a gym membership. Dads also apparently aren't fond of receiving clothing. 36% of them says they're tired of getting underwear and socks, and 35% of them says, listen, no more ties. We don't want ties. To make it a little bit easier, from another recent survey about the worst gifts to get dad this year. Here we go. We'll start off at number 10. Number 10 is jewelry. Now, if I got jewelry, I would like that. That'd be nice. Barbecue tools, you know, you're going to just...
Totally Father's Day gift.
Socks, anything that says best dad merchandise, dads don't want it at all. Gym attire, they don't want that at all.
Yeah, that's what I used to get my dad as a subtle note of take your tubby butt to the gym.
Which I think is funny. Now, on the other side of that, cufflinks, followed by bow ties, Hawaiian shirts, golf-related items, because if you give somebody a golf-related item, they're kind of stuck with that. You know what I'm saying?
These are all things they don't
They
want.
do not want at all.
Really?
So,
Golf,
and number one, I was waiting to pop it up there. I want to see if y'all guess, but
gear.
fishing gear, especially if you don't fish. Now, if you're wondering what dads do want for Father's Day, here's another list. They would like to go out for a meal, all right, a getaway trip, beer. Beer.
I mean, that works at any holiday.
And then spending time with the kids. Now, what I think is funny is that beer came before spending time with the kids. So you think about that. Now you know what dads want.
Can I tell you a quick story? And we don't have time, but I gave my dad a beer making kit one time for Father's Day. Never used it. ever. And I thought, this is the coolest gift ever. Not interested.
Made moonshine.
It disappeared, and I would ask him about it, and he quickly changed the topic.
I don't know. I drank
making kit.
Anyway, happy Father's Day, dads out there. More Daily Flash after this.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time, and if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
Hey, if you're a teacher, parent, or student, you don't need me to tell you what time of year it is. But if you want to know what's cool for school this year, Tech Life expert Stephanie Humphrey is here with some of her A+ ideas. Welcome, Stephanie.
Hey, and thanks for having me. Yeah, I teamed up with some awesome brands to give you some cool back-to-school shopping inspiration.
Okay, let's start with something cool for the preschoolers this year.
Well, according to a study by the Lego Group, 89% of children say play helps them express themselves and how they feel. So for the little ones 2 and up, the Lego Duplo Peppa Pig supermarket set is perfect for little hands because the Lego bricks are double the size to help with fine motor skills. Kids get to play with their favorite Peppa Pig characters and spend time in their very own make-believe supermarket. They'll get hours of entertainment from this colorful playset, and it makes a great addition to their toy collection too.
You know, nowadays a laptop is a must-have for school, but what should we look for this season?
Well, you're going to get impressive power and performance with the Lenovo Yoga Slim 7X. It's only half an inch thick and weighs less than 3 pounds. A Snapdragon X Elite processor enables super fast connectivity with Wi-Fi 7 and multi-day battery life, which means you can create anywhere you go. And take advantage of all that AI has to offer with Microsoft Copilot Plus that's built into Snapdragon powered PCs. I love that this laptop can grow with your student from high school through college, but also has enough power for a busy professional.
What made your list as a go-to back-to-school essential?
Well, teachers and students know and love these essential school supplies from Crayola, including classic crayons, ultra clean washable markers, and colored pencils. Plus, add even more creative fun to the school year with the new Crayola swirl crayons, twistable swirl crayons, and swirl colored pencils with multicolor technology that combines 3 to 4 colors inside a single stick. Perfect for colorful adventures. Kids can color with ease in school and at home with these new and classic art tools that turn imagination into action.
Big question, are there any ways to help our wallets while shopping for back to school?
Well, between electronics, school supplies, and toys, there's a lot to consider this back-to-school season, and it all adds up. The PayPal app is an awesome tool to save money and find offers from some of your favorite brands. Just click to save the offer, and then it automatically applies at checkout. Plus, you can stack these offers with your favorite card, like the PayPal Cashback MasterCard, where you get an additional 3% cashback when you pay with PayPal.
Thanks, Stephanie. Where can we go for more info?
Just head to inthenews.tv for all the links and more information.
Great, Stephanie. We'll have this on our website at dailyflashshow.com.
All right, we got a public service campaign from the Prevent Cancer Foundation that really could save lives.
Hey, babe. Ooh, looks like a busy day.
So busy we might have to skip pickleball. First things first, I'm scheduling my mammogram and gyno appointments. You know, to check for cancer, something you should think about.
Me? But I don't have the...
You have a colon and you're over 45.
I thought that screening starts at 50.
It's 45, and I wonder if you're eligible for lung cancer screenings. Didn't you smoke in college?
But hey, I mean, I feel great now. I mean, look at this.
Ben, seriously, remember, if there's something, early detection equals better outcomes. The doctor's called. I got the all clear.
Woohoo! And you'll be happy to know I scheduled my cancer screenings too.
Now that's a reason to hit the court and celebrate. Go to preventcancer.org to find out the cancer screenings you need.
Check your health. Early detection equals better outcomes.
We've got an easy way that you can catch up. Go to our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Very simple there. You can watch full episodes. Of course, we have links as well as the full broadcast of those interviews and all those topics right there at the website waiting there for you. Plus, you can also see anything that's been on the show right there. It's plain and simple.
Yeah, it's super easy. If you like a topic, you can just click on those links right there. It'll take you right to that, dailyflashshow.com.
So how do you cut through the clutter and be a savvy shopper? Just look for the Red Seal of Approval from Product of the Year, America's largest consumer-voted award for product innovation. Here to give us a sneak peek of some of the winners this year is lifestyle expert Chassie Post. Welcome, Chassie.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. I'm lifestyle editor Chassie Post, and I'm so excited to tell you about Product of the Year, which is the largest consumer-voted award for product innovation, and it's determined by the votes of 40,000 real American shoppers. It's changed the game of shopping by awarding brands for best-in-class innovation and truly guide shoppers to the best products on the market. Just look for that red seal. Now, this year, there are a total of 46 winners, everything from home and personal care to food and beverages and more. And I can't wait to share with you some of the winners. So first up, we have the All Sensitive Fresh Liquid Laundry Detergent, and it's formulated with a hypoallergenic scent and is 100% free of dyes. It's fresh smelling and gentle, yet it still produces an effective clean. And it's designed to tackle dirt without leaving irritating residue, so you can confidently embrace the cleanliness and fresh scent you want without worrying about skin irritations. And I just love the way it makes my laundry smell. So next, Take Root Organics, our accessibly priced organic tomatoes packed at the peak of freshness for optimal deliciousness. Now, these tomatoes are non-GMO, project verified, USDA organic and vine ripened, and they're grown by farmers with generations of expertise in farming, offering a flavorful tomato that's sure to amplify any meal. They're super duper yummy. They've got crushed tomatoes and whole tomatoes and tomato paste. I think you're gonna love them. So our next winner is Black Magic Graphene Wheel and Tire Cleaner. So this takes your wheel and tire care to the next level. Just simply spray this powerful multi-purpose formula to your tires and wheels, let it foam and sit for 1 to 2 minutes, and watch the dirt and grime melt away. Then scrub and wipe off for a renewed finish, and not only will they look brand new, but they will stay clean and protected for weeks. So on to Motrin Dual Action with Tylenol. So for the first time, Motrin and Tylenol brands are united in overcoming pain. Motrin Dual Action with Tylenol combines the pain-targeting strength of Motrin united with the pain-blocking power of Tylenol. So for up to 8 hours of powerful pain relief. And lastly, Zero Water Ready Read Water Filter Dispenser. So this 22-cup ready-to-read 5-stage water filtration pitcher is perfect for homes or small offices. Its Ready Read technology gives an instant TDS readout of water as it passes through the device's body, removing virtually all dissolved solids from tap water, giving you the purest tasting water. And it's so cool. It's better for you, it's better for the planet and your wallet. And this has a little water tester. I tested my water and could not believe what I found. So I think you guys are gonna love this one too. For all the info on all 46 of our winners, just head on over to productoftheyearusa.com.
Companies are delivering faster on a broader selection than ever before. Here's what you need to know.
Amazon set a new Prime delivery speeds record this year in the U.S. and around the world, with more than 5 billion items arriving the same or next day globally. Valeria Pascucci, Amazon Director of Same-Day Delivery, shares more.
We're continuing to deliver packages even faster by expanding our same-day delivery network, shortening the distance our packages travel to reach customers, and leveraging AI to predict product demand while continuing to improve employee safety.
Amazon is using the technology to stock items based on customers' unique preferences and local needs, making sure the buildings closest to their homes have the right selection of products.
Our same-day delivery sites enable Prime members to get their product they want and need even more quickly, from earbuds and coffee pods to sunscreen and insect traps and much more. Customers can place their order in the morning as they get ready for work, or at night as they're going to bed, and come home or wake up to their package on their doorstep.
Get what you need with same-day delivery at Amazon.com or in the Amazon Shopping app.
There's much more trending news and entertainment heading your way, but first, let's check in with our friends at the Daily Buzz right here on the Daily Flash.
Behind every Olympic athlete is a team of family, friends, and coaches who supported their journey to the Games. And David Bodaya has the unique perspective of understanding the pressure from both sides.
For a coach, it's different where you don't really have a lot of control. You can plan as much as you want and put together the perfect competition set and the perfect amount of cues to help the athletes think about what they're going to do on their dive. But ultimately it comes down to it, it's up to the athlete to implement that. And so I think that's probably the most difficult part of coaching.
While teams are thrilled to have fans back in the stands, David is most excited to inspire people watching from home to start their impossible.
Boys and girls across the country, even grown adults, they'll see the Olympic Games and be inspired by them and want to do that for themselves. And that's where dreams start.
You can keep up with David and Team Toyota on Instagram.
A new survey by Genius Bank, the digital banking division of SMBC Manubank, member FDIC and part of the SMBC Group, uncovers that 53% of those surveyed think about their finances daily.
Respondents shared insights on money stressors and goals and what being rich means to them. Almost 40% said they felt behind financially, which could explain their reported self-doubt and anxiety. Good financial habits like these may help. Get money smart. Avoid comparisons. Schedule FaceTime with your finances. Address your debt strategically and spend intentionally. Make a savings routine using a high-yield account. Genius Savings has a market-leading rate and no fees. Genius Bank plans to use this research to help consumers live richer lives, both financially and emotionally.
To learn more about the tips and Genius Bank savings products, visit geniusbank.com/mind-money-connection.
Follow the Daily Buzz on social media.
Hey, Mitchie.
Hey, Jackson.
Yeah, I want to talk about that big story coming out of Hollywood.
Hold on, wait. I want to get Matt in on this call, all right? Hold on.
Hey, what's up, Mitch and Dias?
Matty!
Mitchie.
Mateus.
Mitch, my man.
Matty of Berkshire.
What's going on?
Hey, AJ wants us to talk about a big story that's happening.
This kid, the Kiki, says hi.
That's great, Matt, but I really want to talk about this big story coming out of Hollywood.
Oh, dog and cat! It's
You should check it out.
Okay, so real quick. Why does he still have a dial-up modem?
Hey, I gotta get back to wrestling stuff.
It's on the music.
You know what? Maybe we should just try this later.
Okay, all right. Peace and love.
Daily Flash.
Where are you?
It's just better when you're part of the conversation. Join us online.
Hey, welcome back to The Big Show. Before we head into the weekend, we always like to give you our picks for streaming for the weekend. This is where we tell you about something you got to check out on your streaming services. Andrea kicks us off.
Okay, my pick for this weekend is the Apple TV sci-fi thriller Dark Matter.
Man of science. He is married to the woman of his dreams, and they have a good life.
Have a good day.
Coffee to go?
Oh my gosh, you're my hero.
Until one night, he doesn't make it home. When he regains consciousness, everything has changed.
Mind-bending sci-fi time travel series on Apple TV starring Joel Edgerton and Jennifer Connelly. He basically kidnaps himself into an alternate universe.
Ooh, really?
And it just kind of flows from there. It's fascinating.
Check that out. He's one of those guys that's in everything.
I love him,
And my pick this week has the other guy in everything from Netflix,
Yes.
and it's Hitman.
So what's the biggest difference between the real you and your occupation?
By the way, my name is Gary Johnson, and I'm a fake hitman. I realize not everyone fantasized about the same hitman. Every sting operation was a performance.
This stars Glenn Powell from Top Gun Maverick, and it's that guy that's in everything else
Yes.
right now. It's on Netflix. It still has a 95% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It's kind of a rom-com
It's
with
great.
a murder mystery in it.
It's fun. It's fun. By the way, Google Glenn Powell dating story. I think you remember. It'll freak you out. My pick this week is the Netflix series starring Shane Gillis. It's called Tires.
Thank you for shopping at Valley Forge Automotive. Has anyone helped you out yet?
Whoa, you're a big guy.
Like in a good way?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Quick, too?
Not too quick.
No?
It's gonna be a good day. I'm gonna have about 5 or 6 brewskis.
5 or 6?
7 or 8. Good call.
You'll black out.
I'm probably gonna black out at work today.
Shane?
2 or 3 brewskis.
Fine, 2 or 3.
Deal. 6.
All right, Tires is actually self-funded by Shane Gillis himself. They're a bunch of friends. It's actually funny. A little throwback to those raunchier comedies of the 80s and 90s with a little bit of The Office kind of
It's
mixed
so
in.
good. The
It
guys
is
from
good.
the guys from the car store next when they
Hilarious.
come by, just the commercials.
It feels real, doesn't it? That does it for our show. Y'all take care. We'll see you when we look at you. Bye-bye, everyone.